Welcome to the Circlesongs phenomenon from Bobby McFerrin to today, 40 years, a meeting between generations. My name is Jaka Škapin, I'm the current producer of The Well. If you don't know about The Well yet, this is actually one of our open forums, online gatherings. The Well Global Vocal Improvisation Network supports and inspires vocal practice, collaboration, self-inquiry and human connection through the art of improvising music with the voice and body. The network was founded by Rhiannon and named by Bobby. So first of all, if you're not a member yet, I will drop you a link in the chat so you can check the website and hopefully also join. We are here because of Voci Audaci festival in the south of Switzerland and because of Oscar. So Oscar, thank you so much for bringing us together. I'm gonna open this with some words from Oscar about Circlesongs, about Bobby, and then we're gonna have a conversation with Rhiannon, with David Worm, also with some other members of our symposium team, which was meeting today at the Voci Audaci festival, discussing the themes of this gathering, and we will hopefully get some actual improvised circle songs from the participants at Voci Audaci and Oscar who are there in the room together so that we can break up the speaking with some singing as it should be. To begin, let me read you a text that Oscar wrote about this gathering. So this phenomenon of circle songs was reintroduced to modernity thanks to the talent and intuition of Bobby McFerrin, who in the mid-1980s created Vocistra, a 12-piece vocal orchestra that has been performing concerts of improvisation on the world's stages for 30 years and more. The term circle songs was coined by Bobby himself, who also released an album of the same name in 1997. Bobby says, "Circle song is a comfort and a revelation, a celebration and a communion." Oscar added, "We are immersed in a new musical and social phenomenon. In 40 years, circle singing has expanded considerably and is spreading not only in amateur and professional choir communities, but is also becoming a real, new or old, tool for bringing people together and promoting integration, encouraging a sense of community, as well as being a collective expression tool with short and long-term benefits. Circle songs are increasingly in demand as a tool for creating cohesion and a spirit of collaboration, community building, in the business world, team building, for discovering cooperative skills and demonstrating how, through improvised group singing, more effective or deeper relationships can be created, and an alternative system to an individualistic and competitive society can be developed." I recently also did an interview with David Worm about this topic, and he said, when Bobby was asked, "Are you the originator of this? Are you the keeper of this?" meaning circle songs. He said, "No, I'm just a conduit along the way. The music belongs to everyone and everybody that's doing their incarnation, variation of it. It's just furthering the joy and the beauty that is unmistakable and undeniable. So, give it away now, give it away." Rhiannon, if you're okay to join me, I would like to bring you in and ask you to unmute and say hi to everyone here, and especially as I know that you were with Bobby singing on Monday, whatever you want to share about anything that you exchanged with him recently, anything you want to share at this opening of our conversation today.
Yikes. uh, well, I love the things you've said. Those are really important. And because I live in Hawaii, I don't get to sing with Bobby in the regular kind of way that I am used to, starting in the early 80s. We were exploring with Bobby the Voicestra and then the other groups that came out of that. Um, it's so big, I hardly know how to wrap my mind around it. Um, as you know, Bobby has Parkinson's, and this has stopped him from traveling. It has not stopped him from singing. I know he went through a period of a lot of dismay about having Parkinson's and what that meant in his singing. And then he did what he said, which is he used the circle singing as a healing. So for him, it is literally how he stays alive. It is how he stays, uh, yeah, uh, committed to um, this beautiful community that is now global. So when I saw him on Monday, it's amazing. He had just been in LA visiting his family over the weekend, and I know I thought, and probably David thought as well, uh-oh, that might have taken all his energy, but in fact, I think it gave him energy, and he brought that energy. He has chosen to come to the freight on Mondays, kind of no matter what happens. And I know it's not easy when he gets up in the morning and gets going, but he knows that the music is a healing, and he has agreed to believe that. And it's not always easy to believe things that you know are true because it requires a commitment and a really engaging with life. And I get tremendous courage from that. So he sings really great. He doesn't sing the way he did when he was traveling all those years, but he already did that. He did that kind of to the maximum. And now what he sings has got the same imagination, the same kind of uh, uh, facile movement of his voice and ideas and global concepts. It's just coming from a man who's 76 dealing with an ongoing illness. And it's profound. People are so touched by the way he sings and that he keeps coming and singing. So about halfway through, he goes and takes a pill. He leaves the stage and he goes, and the motion, that's David Worm and Destiny and um, ah,
I'm Brian.
Ryan. I don't see them all the time because I'm over here. I know his name. Forgive me. Uh, they have been his circle. They're forming a small circle song. There was another member, Tammy, who died a year ago, and they have not replaced her. They've chosen to go on in the way. So circle song can be four people. That's what I believe they have committed to. And the rest of us come and go. I am deeply honored to sit on the stage with them and sing the whole concert with them. But every time they meet on Mondays, guests come of all kinds. People who don't sing in front of anyone somehow get the courage to go up and sing, or very famous singers and instrumentalists show up. So it's a never-ending feast. They also rehearse, David will tell you this too. They rehearse two other times a week, just sitting in circle and singing. It's not to anybody else. It's really to the angels of music. It's how I would interpret it. And it's given me the courage to keep. I just came back from teaching for 2 weeks in Canada at Hollyhock. And I used circle singing in some very important moments during the time we were all together. And I remember thinking when I was conducting and the music was going in this beautiful way, this is incredible. And it's incredible not because, I mean, sometimes the music is really great. Sometimes it's pretty good. Sometimes it struggles. It has all those aspects. But what it has at its essence is this feeling of it being a healing. And I have always felt if I walk into the circle with that as my only concern, then it will be fine. And I'm amazed at how I'm transported, giving parts that I didn't know were inside me, and receiving the singing back from these groups of singers who just come with their hearts wide open. It is everything it purports to be, circle singing. And it has led to all these other forms. The vocal river, which I created in the murmuration, and the musica di circolo. And I know there are many more forms out there uh, because it's improvisation. and and we're constantly inventing, and that's what we want. We want the freedom to invent, to keep our principles together, that music is healing, and that we want to be, or as Bobby's currently saying, enter empty, leave full. That's kind of the way, that's the way it works. So
Yeah.
I don't want to talk anymore. I feel like that's enough to say, and I'm so charged at how many people are here and to be connected internationally as we don't get to be so much right now. Viva la revolución!
Oh, yes! Viva! Thank you so much, Rhiannon. Anytime during this call, if you want to share something else, share. David, I turn to you. I also turn to you with a little bit more text. So in our interview, you were talking about the first iteration of Voicistra. And you said we were very different singers, all of us with very different backgrounds. It wasn't a homogeneous blend. In fact, it was a struggle many times just to get on the same page musically. But we were the ragtag crew that Bobby decided were important for his idea and concept, diverse and inclusive. You also said that the initial concept of circle songs is very ancient. We've been doing this kind of singing since humanity started, and it's a natural thing. We are, again, a cell-based organism, so circles, circular motion is always something comfortable, a natural state. You can share in any way you would like to, but I would really love to hear from you about how you being with Bobby has changed over time, especially maybe even with this idea that circle songs is not just one person in the middle giving all the parts. Sometimes there's no circle. And you also shared how differently you sing now since the pandemic and with motion. So wherever you want to take this, off you go.
Sure. Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay. Yeah, it's quite a difference now. And it's a lot of the things that Rhiannon is talking about, but it's also where we've evolved to. In the very beginning, Bobby was a young lion. He was poised and ready, and the world was his oyster. He still has that feeling, but he's become a more accessible and might I even say humble person because of his experiences and lately his fragility. We were a ragtag group, and I think we were chosen specifically for that. Yin and yang. And we figured it out. And as a group, it was formidable for years. And the experiences, I can't be more grateful for everything that we went through. And all the incarnations, Voicistra 1, Voicistra 2, Hard Choral, Rhiannon and Joey and I, We Be 3, We Be 4, when Bobby met us in Europe, and then Give Me Five, and now Motion. Motion is almost 5 years old now, and Motion is a process that's very different than the original circle song concepts. From the beginning, I remember its origins. I remember, sessions 54 and Bobby saying, "I've got this idea," and we did something, compelling and completely different, and he was completely excited about it, and so were we. It's as old as humanity, this circle singing concept. I mean, we get out in a circle and we celebrate life. We celebrate coming back from tremendous trauma, and our bodies are celebrating it. And we all are aware of the power of this thing that we do called singing, in that we are, cellular in structure and crystal in vibration and resonance. And that has something to do with this. That has something to do with the power of it, the things that it does with neural pathways, how it develops brain cells in the process of its doing. As you're actually doing it, you are becoming more whole, more complete, more healed. That's been the biggest lesson over the last 5 years. Watching this man come from a place of really sitting in a chair, myopically looking at the floor, to a series of sessions where he sang and he would muster the strength to do it, to now in the point where we don't know what we're going to get from day to day with him. But it's always something, as Rhiannon said, something interesting and improvisational and compelling. So it's with great gratitude that I'm still hanging around. I just talked to him yesterday, and he had some things to say about Monday's thing. And it's always the performances, if you want to call them that, we don't really call them performance, but they are always different, always compelling, always interesting. And yes, we've had some really amazing people that have come through. And we just try to serve the music that's happening. It's as if you were in Bobby's living room. And that's the kind of attitude that's around it all. So this life has been tremendous, and knowing people along the way, yourself, Oscar, Rhiannon, Joy Blake, Destiny Wolf, Brian Dyer, all the crews in all of the groups, and all the singers out there working hard to do this and looking at new ways of expression, variations on a theme. I think it's beautiful. It's bold and exciting. The horizons are really vast, and they're just out there waiting. And I think with creative minds, it will continue to have a variety and a beauty, and will continue to evolve. It's a way of making music and song form that I love it. I always have, and I'm just, like I say, grateful to be on board.
David, thank you very much for joining in. I know you're also traveling today. I also know how much you miss being in Lausanne. So my invitation would be that maybe Oscar could lead the group there in an improvisation, and maybe we could dedicate this to Bobby. And they are going to be unmuted. The rest of you, if you please can stay muted. But of course, please sing along. So Oscar, if it's okay, we can dedicate this next piece, sound, to Bobby before we continue.
Sono moda che ne andate lì da